Hello, so welcome to the next square of the 50 Stitches Crochet Along, and this week we're making the interlocking block stitch. So it interlocks with these blocks going through. Now, as you can see, I use 4 colours for this, which does create this beautiful columned effect, but I wish I'd stuck with 3 actually, because once I finished I realised just how many ends I had to weave in, so I had to cut off after every row. So when I'm going to show you how we make it, I'm going to stick with 3 so I can carry the colours up the side. Okay, so it's a double-sided stitch, you can see. So how do we make it? Okay, so for this stitch we're going to use a 3.5mm hook. I'm going to start by chaining 32. In the 4th chain from your hook, make a double crochet. Remember that turning chain counts as your first stitch. And we're going to make a double crochet in the next stitch as well. And then we're going to chain 3. Then we're going to skip 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and then double crochet in the next 3. I'm going to do that all the way down the row. So you double crochet 3, chain 3, skip 3, and then another 3 double crochet. We do that until we get to our last 3 stitches. So I'll carry on with that and I shall see you when we get to the end of the row. Okay, so I've got the last 3 double crochet and I've got 3 chains left. So to finish the row I'm going to chain 2. Okay, and in the last stitch I'm just going to pull up a loop. So I've got 2 loops on my hook and now I'm going to change colour. I'm just going to bring in my nice pink here. And I'm just going to pull that through. And then return and chain 1. Just pull that purple tight. Okay, so for row 2, in the same stitch as we just pulled up that loop, so in the last stitch of the first row, I'm going to make the alternate turning chain. You can just pull up a little bit of a loop for that first chain, and then so this first stitch can be a bit awkward because you are working into the same stitch you've already worked in. There we go, and that is our first stitch. I'll just put a stitch marker in there. Just pull tight. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to be working into the skip chains. So yarn over and into that skip chain, foundation chain. You need to pull up a loop, okay, because you need to make this a bit higher, and then finish as a double crochet. Then yarn over into that other skip stitch, pull up a loop, then finish as a double crochet. So they're going to sit higher. It can take a bit of practice to make sure you get the right height and not be too high, but you'll get there. And then we're going to chain 3. And I'm going to go to the next set of skip stitches. So 1, 2, into there, pull up a loop, and finish as a double crochet. So we're going to do this all down the row. So just pull up those loops in those skipped foundation chains. I've got my last 3 double crochet in there, and I've got 3 stitches left. So I'm going to finish the same way as we did for row 1. Chain 2, and then in that last stitch, which is the turning chain, pull up a loop, and we're going to join my 3rd colour. Then turn and chain 1. Okay. So into the same stitch as we join that new colour, we're going to make the alternate turning chain. Just remember you need to pull up a bit of a loop for that first stitch Okay, and that's our first stitch, so I'll just pop a stitch marker in there. So, same as we did before, we're going to work into the skip stitches of the row below. So hook in, pull up a bit of a loop, and finish as a double crochet. Yarn over, into the next skip stitch from row 1, pull up a loop. Okay, so all your double crochet being made into the row 2 rows below, so all those skip stitches. And when you've done that, we chain 3. And then we work into the next skip stitches. So you're always working around that chain 3. So that chain 3 is hidden inside your double crochets. There we go. And this is the repeat for the whole square. So you just repeat the row 3 for the rest of the square. And if you use 3 colours, so when we get to the end of that, I can then join that into the stitch and carry on up the sides. So far less ends involved. Okay, so if I just go back to the original square. Okay, so you're going to do 20 rows of these double crochet blocks. Row 21 is a row single crochet, which you make exactly the same way as you did the double crochet. So you work them into the skip stitches 2 rows below. But then instead of making a chain 3, you're going to single crochet in each of the double crochet of the row below as well. So you single crochet by pulling up a little bit of a loop, and then normal single crochet in the top of row 20. And that will straighten off our edges. For the border, you're going to make a single crochet in each stitch across the top and bottom. For the sides, you're going to make a single crochet in the size of rows 1 and 20. In the side of rows, 1 and 21, you make a single crochet. 1 single crochet. In rows 2 and 20, you make 2 single crochet in the side of those rows. Okay, so for the rest of the rows, you make 3 single crochet into the side of those that you can see. Okay, so if you've got the double crochet right at the end, you make 3 double crochet in there. You can see it's the opposite colour here. That's 3 single crochet. So if we ended with that 3 chain, you ignore the row and just make 3 single crochet into the rows that you can see at the sides. And then you add your extra single crochet in the corners for the turn. And then that is the interlocking block stitch. So as always, if you have any questions, please do come to the Facebook group and show us your finished squares. So happy hooking, and I shall see you next time for the next square. Bye for now.